Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Roam Show. And it's 6:55 in the morning here in Clearwater, Florida, and I got a couple of good comments, very good comments from my viewers. One was a gentleman that said, "Hey Tom, I think the telescopic antenna swivels because when I showed it, it didn't swivel." And I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And since one time I was trying to pull out a telescopic antenna and I pulled it right out of the radio and I couldn't fix it. So now, or since then, I'm very careful about extending a telescopic antenna. So I went back per his suggestion and very carefully pulled on this antenna. Let me move the camera up a little bit. And sure enough, it was only out to about here. It came down to here, and here is the swivel connection. There it is. I don't remember this being on my Grundig 750. I really don't see a need for it, because this is a cable radio and the antenna is always going to be vertical, which is where you want it, unlike a portable radio, which a lot of times you want to set it back and then the antenna now is pointing that way instead of that way, so having it swivel so you can swivel it back up is a good thing. So that's one thing. Also, Dan Robinson pointed out that when you want to use the sync function, it's best, although not great, but it's better, I'll say, if you're tuned to a weak station. And his comment was because when I tested it very briefly, I was listening to strong stations and it made it much worse. So I'm going to try that this morning. The other thing, I'm starting to read the manual in detail, and there is now, I don't ever remember seeing it before, a feature where you can change the threshold levels for signal strength and separately signal to noise ratios, so it will increase the sensitivity when you're doing a scan. So the manual says to turn it down, because when those two numbers are at max, the broadcast signals that are weak are going to be mixed. So I did a scan this morning with the default settings, which I believe are max, which for the signal strength, the number is 20, and for the signal to noise, the number is 6. So I cut both of those in half. I cut the signal strength to 10 and the signal to noise to 3. The first scan I did with them at max, I got 46 signals, of which 39 were stations. There appeared to be stations, the other ones just appeared to be noise. Then I changed those threshold levels and did a scan again. I got 50 signals and 49 were stations. Now, keeping in mind that every time you do a scan, time has elapsed and receiving conditions. Stand by, I got an alarm, got to do something. Okay, receiving conditions can change. So, you could do 10 scans and get 10 different results. So I just wanted to point that out, that there is now that feature to change the threshold sensitivity when you're doing an ATS, a scan, which that's a pretty cool feature. I'm going to have to test it some more because I have a test of one. I'll try it one time with the number set to minimum, see what it does. The problem is I don't want to record doing a scan because it takes a long time. I think it's like maybe 10 minutes. So, you know, I don't want you to sit there and watch 10 minutes of the radio just scanning. That's boring. So I'll do some more and then I'll give you the results in another video. Again, thank everybody for the comments, corrections, and I'll try right now let me turn the volume back up. Okay, that's WWV, that's one of the ones I found. Pretty strong. So let's find a weak one. That's strong. That's really strong. That's strong. That's strong. Conditions are pretty good. Let's see. That's gone. That's strong. That's weak. Let's try sync. Sync is on, or coming on. Oh, that did help. Yeah. Let's turn it back off. Now listen. I'll let you listen first. It's on. Now I'll turn it off. It's off. Nah. I still think sync is not helping, even on weak signals. I'll try another one. That's really weak. Lots of noise. Try sync. I'll let you listen first. There's something in there. Try sync. It's syncing. I think the only noticeable change when you go to sync is that it seems like the audio goes up in frequency. That's not right. In other words, it might sound kind of bassy or medium without sync, and then when you go sync, it sounds like there's more treble. I'll show you one more time, then I'll wrap it up. Sync on. Sync off. So even though it's not intelligible, I can hear the voice better when sync is off. I don't know if that's Dan's observation, Dan Robinson's observation. I know in his videos he also stated that the sync doesn't work that great. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm doing shows you're interested in and not wasting your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.